Microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is the Blaze the Lion podcast. I am your host, Blaze the Lion, Blaze Doctari, and a host of other aliases and callings. Indeed, indeed. Today, this is episode 94. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right, this is episode 94. And for the entire month of March, our theme is Lady Lyricists. All right, we have to give the queens their shine. It's important, it's necessary, and these queens have something to say. So why not bring it to the forefront? If you're loving the movement and love what we are about and you want to be a monthly contributor, we got you. You can go to anchor.fm/blaze the lion/support. And we got 3 tiers right there from $1 to $5 to $10. And be part of the team, be part of the movement. All right. You get the Blaze the Lion podcast apparel. And we got more things coming soon under the Blaze the Lion podcast heading, or umbrella rather. All right. Right now we are live on Facebook on the Blaze the Lion podcast page, as well as live on YouTube on the Blaze the Lion podcast channel. So make sure you like this episode right here. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, to this page, so you can stay updated with all the latest episodes and whatever else we have in store on the Blaze the Lion podcast. Yes, yes, yes. Big shout to our sponsor. Are you looking for branding, website design, logos? Does your overall company, does your brand, does your image need a change? Need a facelift? You're lost and you need direction and you want to grow? We got you. Go to starchildsocial.com. Tell them that Blaze sent you. All right. Tonight's guest disappeared for a sec. Gotta love live TV, right? Gotta love live podcasts. In the meantime, I'll just talk you guys to death. You know how I do. So the entire month of March is all about the lady lyricists. So it's going to be different genres. Could be some reggae, could be some R&B, it could be some hip hop. Bring hands. There we go. Our guest is back. She was just checking the temperature, giving us a head fake. I love it. I love it. Tonight's guest is someone who is answering the calling. Is a woman on the move, a woman who's moving in purpose. She's a vocalist. She's a rebel. And I can identify with rebels. Rebels with causes out here are very needed, very necessary. She's also involved in her community, which is again very necessary, very needed. So tonight I bring you for episode 94, none other than tonight's guest, Alana de Costa. Welcome to the pod.
Greetings, greetings. Thank you so much for the invitation, both you and the Queen. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to share what I'm doing in my work and in the community. So thank you again, Blaze.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I always give my short introduction of my guests, but I always encourage my guests share a little bit about yourself for those who may want to know.
Okay, well, I definitely have been called a creative rebel. I am an interdisciplinary artist, so I do a little bit of everything. I studied at Howard University. Prior to going to Howard, I studied here in Fort Lauderdale at the Dillard School of Performing Arts. I did vocal training and instrumental training. I played the trumpet. And from there, I went to Howard into more singing and more focusing on my singing. But it always was a hobby to me. And then as I was working in the field of mental health, was a mental health therapist for some years, my father transitioned in 2007. And that was a big shift for me where I walked away from the practice and really poured myself into my creative outlets. I started painting and writing poetry more and singing more and dancing more and just really expressing myself while I was going through, my grieving process.
Mm.
And then as a result of having that experience, still wanting to work with my community, still wanting to have an impact, I realized how much expressive arts was a healing art to me. So I started Creative Uprising, which is my business. I started that in 2017. And what I do is various community initiatives where I go in and work with mostly marginalized groups, groups that people don't really, pay attention to, like our
Mhm.
elderly and our people that are, living on the streets and our children. And usually, that generation or that population, I should say, and just giving them a vehicle to express themselves, be it through music, through movement, through poetry, through visual arts. I really go in with like a skeleton of an agenda and allow the process to kind of heal and connect people. So that's me in a nutshell. I love to travel. I'm a practicing yogi as well, so I do teach and offer yoga to the community at least once or twice to a month. Um, and I just love meeting new people and just living life. I believe life is for the living, and
Yes.
living always involves creation and creativity and change. So anything that fuels that energy, I try to direct myself in that way.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Man, so much. You are right. For when we speak about music or the music business, rather, and the entertainment industry, the focus seems to be just about the money. And granted, money's a part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need to make a living and we need to support ourselves and such. So I understand. But at the core, at the root, it can't be all about the money. For music is
No.
expression, right? And even me as an artist myself,
Mm-hmm.
I love performing. I love the actual art. I love to have a stressful day or to go through a traumatic life experience and put it on paper and release it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
then you have the music business, and it's like, write like this and do songs like this and perform in
Yeah.
venues like that. So, how have you been able to adapt? How have you been able to shift in the midst of the misdirection of the music business?
Well, I don't too much focus on the business aspect of it. Um, it is a healing, it is a medicine for me. And if when I
Mhm.
look at ancient cultures all over the world, music and movement and sound, all of those things were holistic and functional in cultures. So
Mhm.
even though the bag is nice, everybody's chasing the bag now, that is not why I'm here. That is not
Right.
why I do what I do. I've had moments of where that was the energy when I was younger. Well, sign, get a contract, get a deal, and then I realized that can't be the carrot for me, right?
Mm.
For me, the carrot is the process and enjoying the process and being able to really go into the process. I think now a lot of people, yes, are focused on the bag and the money, but they're also focused on the final product, where everything is insta everything. You see these final products, but you don't see the work, you don't see the process. And I think as a result, we have lost the respect and the value of the process. So for me, it has always been about the process, having the ability to step and work through my fear and be
Mhm.
willing to share. That's something that I'm constantly working on as an artist. Is like I have books and books of poems, but am I sharing them? So really getting to the point of where I feel comfortable to share, and also sitting with myself and realizing, well, why am I doing this? Am I doing this for myself healing? Am I doing this to inspire other people to tap into their creative energy? Really look at the intention behind what I'm doing and not really follow up with the business, because that's not the motivation anymore. It really isn't.
Yeah. You don't hear
Yeah.
that a lot. You don't hear
Mm-hmm.
a lot of artists or just people rather speak about enjoying the journey. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds good, right? And you may
Mm-hmm.
see it on social media, hashtag enjoy the journey, right? But as you say, everybody wants results, right? Quickly, instant, right? It it's the abundance of people telling you how to get to that destination, how to fast track
Mm-hmm.
to that destination. So the fact that your carrot, as you say, your prize is the actual journey, that is a
Mm-hmm.
breath of fresh air.
Oh, thank
Truly,
you.
truly,
Thank you.
truly. In the special populations, right? Because you may deal with those uh, who may not have housing, or the elderly, the senior population.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what's been some of the experiences that you've
Oh,
had
it's
with them?
joyful. Joyful. Like I have a group specifically that I work with every year down in Miami, Mactown. I got to shout out Mactown. And this is for 2 years or 3 years straight, we've put on a performance at the Adrian Arts Center. And
Mm,
they're a variety of exceptionalities and capabilities, but the desire to want to do something, to want to move, to want to sing, I think there's less of a restraint with that population. They're so willing to kind of just go all in and show
yeah.
up and show out. And I think, in this society, we've been conditioned to like dim that light in us.
Hmm.
But when I'm with that population, they just remind me that who cares who's looking, who cares how it looks. It's the process. It's what I'm feeling as I'm getting this, knowing that the end result, sometimes it's beautiful and sometimes it's a hot mess, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. And I love the freedom of working with that population. Now you can't do that with everyone, because sometimes there's a production and it has to hold up a certain standard. But
Hmm.
with my special populations, I really get to be in the process and really um, get them involved in it too. I think sometimes people get a label placed on them, and they feel like that becomes them, so whether or not it be someone with traumatic brain injury or someone that's been identified as homeless, then they carry that as a badge or a name.
Yeah.
And what I get to do in that space when working with them is really allowing them to let go of those labels and just be present in the moment and express and validate whatever shows up in that moment. So I get to
Mm.
do that the most with those special populations.
Mm. Yes. Yes. I have some experience with the senior population. I've worked in the medical centers, and I've dealt with like the insurance with the elderly and such. And one thing I will say about the elder, well, two things rather that I will say about that population is they don't hold back.
Mm-mm.
They tell you exactly what's on their mind and
Mm-hmm.
exactly how they feel. They don't sugarcoat. This is what it is,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't blame them, because, as you say, that's a
Mm-hmm.
population that unfortunately gets overlooked and taken advantage of
Mm-hmm.
and such. So they are real and raw. They tell you exactly how it is. And then, secondly,
Exactly.
if they love you, they love you.
It's felt.
Yes,
It's felt.
yes,
Yeah, it's felt. And
yes.
that's a good feeling too. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Definitely. So let's rewind. Let's go back a little bit, back in time, back in time. So Tell me about
Okay.
your early years with performing. So you went to Dillard High School. I'm familiar with Dillard High
Yes.
School and their performance program. Um, Share a little bit
Yes.
about the earlier years with you performing and such. So where did that come from?
Yes. So very young. My mom actually, from when I was like 6 or 7, my mom put me in oratory contests. So I would have to, and I was very nervous and I was very scared. And I think that's one of the reasons why she did that, was so I can build my confidence and learn how
Mm-hmm.
to speak in front of people. And it
Mm-hmm.
would be all different types of people, all ages. I would have to, find a monologue or a poem or something, prepare it, and, you know, say it in front of a group of strangers. And I did that from very young. And then music was something that was always played in my home. So,
Yeah.
and we always would dance in the house. So that was something that, from very young, I understood the power of music. Fast forward into middle school, I was in the choir. I was in the band. Like I said, I played trumpet from middle
Mm-hmm.
school. And
Mm-hmm.
then it was something that always was a part of my life. Like, um, my mom always kept me busy in extracurricular activities. So I was always either in drama club, um, choir, band, doing something to keep me busy. And I'm thankful for it. It led me towards opportunities to be able to go to like places like the Bahamas and Europe and different places all over the world and perform while in high school and in college.
Nice.
Um, but like I said, I always looked at it, I always treated it as a hobby. Coming up in a West Indian background, Jamaican background is like, you either a doctor, a lawyer, or some kind of profession. Music is considered a
Mm-hmm.
hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't know, it kept drawing me. I kept, writing. I always, would sing. I would always sketch and do little things just to kind of clear my head. And that experience at Howard really opened up my sense of solo, as far as solo singing. I
Okay.
used to, like I said, I did a lot in choir in high school and junior high, and then in college I was in Harmony Plus, and we traveled, all over. We sang at the Capitol. We did a lot of things as a group, and my professor there was like, your voice. He called me DaCosta. Your voice, DaCosta, is unique. I'm gonna give you a solo, and he gave me a solo. And like the first couple times, I like literally like, I don't have a voice. I didn't sing, and I think it was mostly because of fear, like not wanting to put my voice out there, because it is very unique. It is very different. Um, and he put me out there, and that was the first time that I saw other people kind of enjoy my voice and it be separate from other people and can kind of stand on its own. And
Mm-hmm.
from there, I really, you know, took more responsibility for what I can do with my voice. I
Mm-hmm.
think before I kind of, when you say, oh, I could do this, oh, I can do that, but you don't really take it seriously. When I
Mm-hmm.
started seeing how it inspired other people, that's when I started taking my voice a little bit more seriously in college, and really started writing and performing more, and, you know, testing myself, singing songs in other languages, and really like pushing myself to, you know, get out of my comfort zone.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Indeed. So with that said, can the audience get a mini performance here?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Um, well, actually, I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'll do something. I have a song. It's a song slash poem
Okay.
that actually came to me in a dream first, and I painted it, and then the poem came to me afterwards, and it's called Lady Blues. So
Mm.
it starts with a jazz standard. So I'm gonna just preface with that, so people don't think I'm taking ownership of the jazz standard. It's entitled Mood Indigo. So you ain't been blue, no, no, no. You ain't been blue. till you've had that mood indigo. In a loud, crowded room full of strangers, Lady heard a whisper in her ear. You are more than the lady I see standing here. Before she could respond, it was gone, but the sound still echoed in her ear. You are more. You are more. Slowly, she felt the burns of her tears, the fears of internalized lies disguised as the expectations of who she should be, of who she could be. It was the first and last time she saw herself clearly, the first and the last. No one hears her sing her blues. No one cares to see her wounds. No one sees her in the room. Lady blues, unheard, tossed into the world with all the other little girls, feeling unwanted, haunted by those things she has been told to be, diagnosed, lost, and confused by those too blind to see, reduced to symptoms of dis-ease. She fits their criterion of diagnosed abnormalities. Lady is too complex. Lady is too perplexed. Lady is too damn stressed to simply be. Her soul undressed. Still, what others see is skewed, a distorted perception of what it means to be a lady. Some are eager to lock her in a branded box and throw away the only key, analyzing her every move. Lady is too complex. Lady is too damn stressed. Lady is too perplexed. Lady is too damn stressed to simply be. Questioning her intentions, slapping labels on her ass as she clings to the retentions of her sins and the pain they bring. She has been called so many, many things. She has been called so many, many things. It's hard to keep up. So she lives within and quietly continues to sing the blues. Will you listen?
Woo,
It's been a while.
woo,
It's been a minute.
woo. I'm gonna let that breathe for a second. Woo. Where can we find that?
In my heart.
I want to hear.
So
I want to hear that again.
I
How can we get that?
in my heart, I'm working. I've been doing a lot of studio work lately and less performance work. Um, because I have so many things that I want to share, especially within this last 3 years with this pandemic, whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
a lot just based on observations and different things. So new music is coming out soon. Um, but this one is still on my heart. I haven't recorded it yet.
Let's
Still a
go.
work in progress too. Yeah.
Let's go. That. Wow. Yes. I'm still letting that sit on me.
Yeah, I think not just women and little girls, but little boys too. They get just told who they should be and what their limits are, and I think the pressure of that sometimes people fold. Sometimes people fold, and we have a lot of people just walking around that are not fully themselves. They're just living someone else's story, someone else's narrative. So,
Oh yeah.
not just girls and women, but boys too have that same burden.
Mm-hmm.
This society, you can't help but, you know, get caught up in the soup. This, the soup is a crazy soup. You can't help but get some of it on you and within you. So you have to be willing to really sit with self and say, well, what part of this story is mine?
Mm.
And what part of this is someone else's, and how can I let go of this? And for me, expressive arts and healing arts has been a way for me to release and let go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And rewrite my own story, really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can tell that just from that one piece right there, I can tell that you are tapped in, that you are connected, and as a spiritual being, um, as spiritual beings rather,
Hmm.
we go through a lot,
Hmm.
right? we go through a lot. We have so many burdens. And if that wasn't enough, many times as spiritual beings, as empaths, as healers, then we then carry the burdens of others, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we always have material to write,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the words hit so hard because it's truth, right? It's the
Yeah.
pain, it's the endurance, the perseverance, it's it's those songs. So it's pieces like that that I could see helping someone, helping a little boy, helping a little girl, helping a grown
Mm-hmm.
man, helping a
Exactly.
mature queen get through the day,
Mm-hmm.
like get to that next chapter. So I
Mm-hmm.
encourage you to not to hold back, as you already
Thank
know,
you.
you have gifts,
Yeah.
you have talents, and the world needs more.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we all do. We all, we all have that creative energy within us, Um, that inner child is always there, waiting to just let the gates open. So I love meeting people who would say, well, I'm not really creative, I'm not an artist, and then they take a workshop with me and they're like, wow, I can't believe I did that. Because
Mm,
I really believe that these practices, we've done them, our ancestors done them from the beginning of time, not for any money, just to be able to express.
yeah,
Music was integral in almost everything in these ancient cultures. And if, when you look at movement, they're not just to shake your behind. It served a purpose. Every
yeah,
movement served a purpose. So I think if we tap into that a little bit more, and leaves time and space for that, instead of being on this hamster wheel of production and productivity all the time, and we just leaves time and space for creating and being, I think we would be so much happier, and
yeah,
we wouldn't be out there chasing happiness and or expecting it to come in a plastic bag. Yeah.
yeah. I've learned that way too many times that if your goal is happiness, if you're chasing happiness, you will never catch it.
Nope. It's in here.
Mm-hmm.
it's it's in here. It's not out there. And so
Mm-hmm.
they could tell us, oh yeah, those things can, bring joy, but you still gotta pull it out of yourself.
Yeah.
I was watching a lecture the other day, and she was talking about the difference between a prayer, and I can't remember the other word that she used, but she was saying usually when people pray, like they're begging for something, but the blessing is already within. So really, when we pray, we should be digging up the blessing. We should be pulling it up out of ourselves and seeing it, and not expecting it, to come from some sky or from somebody else or from some magic pill or some from. It's in you. Just take the time to dig, you know take
Mm-hmm.
the time to dig and go within. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Wow. Um, so with all that said, what is the future for the Costa?
Well, I have a lot of things brewing. As I said, I'm working in the studio now. I'm working
Serving the
on
soup?
releasing some music and also some new stuff, and some, re-releasing some stuff that, because I feel like I have a lot of music that I haven't released that we've been sitting on. So we're gonna, we've been reworking it, and we're gonna be releasing some things. I also recently got a grant to put on an exhibit. So I will be putting on an exhibit in July, called Secret Asylum, and it's basically a mental health awareness. That month is BIPOC Mental Health Awareness Month, so I'm gonna look at some, thought provoking, you know, areas of mental health and use not only visual arts but use performing arts as a way of um, bringing awareness to those areas. And I have different things happening in the community. Like I said, I have my groups that I work on where we can be performing at the Performing Arts, Adrian Arts Center in Miami soon, in 6 weeks, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have, let me see, oh, I'm doing a community event March 26th. It's called Umoja Sundays. And that is going to be open and free to everyone in the community. I'll be facilitating a interactive arts workshop there for children of all ages. So come out, and when I say children of all ages, that's adults too, because we all have that inner child within us.
Oh yeah.
Um, so I have a lot of things, different things
That's
brewing.
this
I'm
weekend.
doing a retreat next month. My first retreat that I'm doing independently. I've worked other retreats where I've done, I've taught yoga and done some different sound healing practices, but this is going to be my first time. I'm taking a small group to Jamaica, and we're going
Hey.
to be there for 6 days hiking and going on all type of different excursions and tapping into um, this creative healing energy. So yeah, I have a lot of different things brewing out there.
Queen, I think we need to join this. We need to get
yeah we
involved.
need to Yeah, we need to link up. We need to definitely link up because I feel like there's a lot of powerful works happening out there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Unfortunately, what I've noticed in South Florida, it's a lot of like everyone's in their like silo,
Hmm.
and there's a lot of beautiful things happening. So, you know, once we can all connect and just make it one powerful thing, I think you see that a lot in New York and DC, where you just like have like hubs of people like really networking, and I think South Florida will get there eventually, but it's a process. It's a process.
Yeah, it's there, but it's in little pockets. It's not usually
Mm-hmm.
promoted very well. So it's there.
Exactly. That too.
Like I've been to so many good
That
events
too.
with great food, and all that was lacking was the proper promotion. I said,
Motion.
man, why don't more
Exactly.
people know about like this is amazing. This is so good. So
Exactly.
yeah. Hmm.
Well,
You
I
got me
always have
excited.
things going on. People can follow me on my business page on IG. That's my preferred social media platform is is IG. And I have all of the things listed there. We're also doing an open call to artists that want to participate um, in July for the Secret Asylum. That will be July 21st, and we're looking for artists of all disciplines that are interested in engaging
Hmm.
and tapping into that inspiration of creativity, and just sharing the floor. So you can follow me on IG, Creative Uprising Inc. And you'll see all the different things going on in the community and what I'm doing as well as an artist.
Hmm. And that's creative KR, the number eight.
8. Yes. KR8 TIVE Uprising Inc. Yes.
Hmm. I feel this year is going to be a powerful year,
Mm-hmm.
especially starting
Mm-hmm.
from March. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what that was. Somebody fell. Um, I just
They were
heard
agreeing with you. They were. There was. That was an agreement.
confirmation right there. Yes.
Yes, confirmation.
Especially from this month. I feel this month is
Yeah.
truly the beginning.
Yes, this is the
January,
new year. This is the
yes,
official.
yes. January and
Yeah.
February were just the warm up. So
Exactly.
March it is on. Indeed, indeed. All right. So Um, I want to tap in a little bit more to the performance side. And
Mm-hmm.
what would you say is your most, to you, to you, what is your
Mm-hmm.
most prized gift or talent?
Oh, my voice. I would have to say my voice. Um, because it took me so long to actually love my voice.
Hmm.
It took me a while. And I remember in middle school where I started, like I said, I started off in instrumental and just doing oratory contests, but I always knew I wanted to sing. And I joined the choir and I got a song to sing. Me and we were doing a duet, Whitney Houston,
Mm.
I Believe the Children Are Our Future.
Mm.
And I was practicing the song, and my band director at the time came out and he was like, "The Costa, what are you doing?" And I tell him, I'm singing. He was like, "No, no, 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 no. You don't need to sing. You're a trumpet player. Stick to trumpet. You don't have a you don't have a singer's voice."
Oh
And
wow.
from there, I've always had to like kind of like get that thought out of my head.
Yeah.
And now I'm in a space now where I love the vibration that I feel in my body when my voice, you know, is it's loud, and I love it now. So I would say my voice. Yeah.
Mm. We love it too.
Thank you.
And I say this, so I've dealt with a couple clients in the mental health space, and I tell them that we play records in our head. We play songs, and it could be a
Mm-hmm.
word or a phrase that a family member or a friend or a teacher that somebody told you, and it hurt you,
Mm-hmm.
and we play that
Mm-hmm.
same song, and we
Yep.
carry that throughout the years. um,
Yep.
and folks don't understand that there's truly life and death in the tongue. Words
Yeah.
can travel,
Yeah.
for decades.
Yeah.
um,
Word
so
sound is power. It's a
mm-hmm,
vibration.
mm-hmm,
It's a vibration. Um, we need to be very mindful of our words and intentional with our words. Um, yeah, it's a vibration, definitely.
yeah. So when you check my Instagram, yes, I am human partly. I don't claim to be 100% human, but partly,
I love it.
and I do have flaws here and there. However,
Yes, we
I
all
push
do.
right. However,
Uniqueness. We have uniqueness. Yes.
there we go, superpower.
Yes.
But I
Yes.
push positivity so much because there have been hurtful words that I've carried, for
Mm-hmm.
decades, and then it became my voice, and it was myself telling myself
Mm-hmm.
those same hurtful things about myself. So super, super important. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like music is such a powerful medium that we can mend bridges, right? And we can change the song. And
Yes.
those hurtful songs that we've been playing for so long, we can create new songs and new messages and start playing those
Exactly.
now and totally change the direction of our lives. So
Exactly.
powerful, powerful, powerful.
Exactly. And you'll be surprised at words inspire other words. So, experiences inspire experiences as well. So,
Hmm.
I don't hold that against my teacher. Like I said, if he didn't say what he said to me, I probably wouldn't be so in love with my voice now. But
Mm.
um, you know, we we hold on to things in our subconscious, and
Right.
95% of our behavior is influenced by what's been imprinted in our subconscious.
Hmm.
So I think being able to have moments where we kind of just sit and be and create, we notice what are we telling ourselves in that moment? You know, are you giving up? Are you saying, oh, this looks ugly or this sounds ugly? Like, what are you telling, and really listening to that voice, and then notice, oh, that's not my voice. That's, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and I think we get so caught up in this society to just work, 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 produce, 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 that we don't have moments of where we just listen to that inner voice and really hear what is our soundtrack, you know, what is our internal dialogue. Um, yeah, those that's important. For me, music is important, but also is silence. Like
Mm.
we need meditation, we need silence, we need to be able to really listen.
Oh yeah,
Um, yeah, yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Um, there was a question I was about to ask you, and then it just slipped my mind. So I'm trying
They'll
to
come back.
backtrack. Yes. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, here we go.
See, there it goes.
There it is. So we're gonna play a little game, right? So
Okay.
word for word. So I'm going to say a word,
Hmm.
and then you're going to respond with whatever word comes to you from the word that I said.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Easy game. Should be fun. Should be fun.
Okay.
So, as
Yeah,
a
sounds
musician,
fun.
as a lyricist, this should be a walk in the park. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Word number one, foundation.
Did you say the word?
Yes.
There was a little delay.
Oh, oh, sorry. Let's try this again. Word number one, foundation.
Did you say the word? I didn't hear the word. There was a little delay.
Oh, man.
Or is delay the word? No.
No. But it might have to be. All right. Microphone check, check, check. All right, let's try this again. Here we go.
There we go. All
Word number
right.
one, foundation.
Family.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
Roots.
Family. Ancestors.
Mm. Ocean. So I think you missed this last one. So word number four was ocean.
Oh, why is the game? What the Wi-Fi? I heard the last one I heard was roots.
Mm. You can hear me now?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Oh, ocean.
Oh, space and opportunity, life,
Mm.
abundance.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Silence.
Understanding,
Mm.
reflection,
Mm.
awareness. Mm.
Food.
Mm. Nourishment, nourishment. Yeah.
Recharge.
Rest, rest. Definitely. Rest is necessary. And it's revolutionary too.
Mm. Anger.
Mm. Misunderstood.
Mm. Regret.
Yeah. Waste of energy. Waste the energy, definitely. Come on now. Life is for the living.
Revenge.
I would say, ah, the word that popped in my head was reciprocity,
Okay.
but not in the sense of like you giving it back, but just the law of the universe. Whatever people
Like
put
karma.
out there is
Yeah.
naturally going to come back to them. Yeah, like karma. So like there's no need for anyone to be revengeful, because anything you put out there is going to come back. Good, bad, evil, whatever you want to call it, it's going to come back to you. So just be mindful. And
Mm-hmm.
my ancestors have protected me, so I don't need to be revengeful at all.
Yeah, I say. We got two more. Two more.
Ah, Shay. Okay.
Trapped.
Ooh, an illusion. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's an illusion.
Final word. Freedom.
Mm, creativity, growth. Yeah, community,
Hey,
healthy community.
there we go.
Yeah.
Great job. See, that was easy.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I usually do that with colors. Um, but today I just felt led to switch it up a bit. So,
Yeah, that was fun.
yes. So, in closing, is there a quote? Is there a phrase? Is there a short story? What would you like to leave with our audience? Something that they can take home
Mm.
tonight.
Okay, so two things, right? There is a Yoruba proverb that talks about life being full of loss and gains,
Hmm.
right? The life is full with loss and gains, and I think that always helped me to put, things in perspective. And then it forced me to use that same proverb and share it with a lot of my students. When you look at the relationship that we have with our breath and breathing, and noticing that how we breathe is a reflection of the life that we are living, right?
Hmm.
And we want long intentional breaths, we want long intentional lives. So I think that looking at looking at that, in order for us to receive the next breath, we have to be willing to lose the last one.
Hmm.
And it helped me even more to kind of use that practice of life is loss and gain, really make it more tangible for me, looking at the breath.
Yeah.
I can't go around walking around all day holding my breath, because I'll never get the next inhale, and
Yes.
vice versa, right? So we have to be willing to let go of the last breath, or let go of anything, to be able to receive that which is meant for us.
I love
Not
that.
being attached to anything, but knowing that we're connected to everything. So there's no need for attachment.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Yes. Yes. And one more time, how can we reach you? How can we see you?
Yes, so I have my own website too, alanadacosta.com. That's ALANADACOSTA. I also have my business website, which is Creative Uprising. That's creative with the KR8, TIVE. And I'm on IG, same thing, Creative Uprising Inc. And just follow my page. You'll be able to see all the community events that I'm doing. Once a month, I do a Black Moon yoga offering to the community. And that changes every month. That's usually falls on the new moon, either before the new moon or on the new moon. I also, the second Thursday of every month, I offer a breath and yoga workshop down in West Park, Hollywood. But if you follow my page, you get to see all of that, and come in.
Yes.
And most of them are free events. Either they're free or it's a donation. Um, I do, do corporate too. I go into schools and different corporate or agencies. So if you're looking to book me in that kind of capacity to do workshops and trainings, I do that as well. But you know, visit my websites.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you again, Queen. Thank you again.
Thank you so much again, you and your queen, for the invitation. I'm so thankful.
Absolutely, absolutely. All week we'll be tagging you. So this episode
Yes.
right here, the video for this episode, the replay will be available on YouTube on the Blaze the Line podcast channel later on tonight.
Okay.
And the audio version, which is now streaming in 36 different countries, which is available on all your major streaming platforms, your Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple
Nice.
Podcasts, and such, will be available tomorrow night. So you can listen to it a plethora of different ways, right? No excuses. We must,
Beautiful.
you must get this
Beautiful.
out. This is very necessary. So again, thank you.
Ashe.
Yes, yes, yes. This was the Blaze the Lion podcast. As we've been saying, go in peace and love.
Ashe.